Alaska, a land of breathtaking beauty, eternal winters, and secrets so deep they are literally buried under miles of permafrost. Most people know about the Bermuda Triangle, the stretch of water in the Atlantic where ships and planes vanish into thin air. But there is another region, far more vast and significantly more deadly, that the world rarely speaks of. It is called the Alaska Triangle. Since 1988, over 20,000 people have disappeared within its borders. That is a rate of disappearance twice the national average. No bodies, no wreckage, no answers. But what if the disappearances aren't the result of the harsh environment or predatory wildlife? What if they are the side effect of something humming beneath the earth? In 1992, a seismic event triggered by a nuclear test on the other side of the planet revealed a massive anomaly deep in the Alaskan interior. A structure, a perfect geometric shape that shouldn't exist. They call it the Great Pyramid. And today, we are going deeper into the ice than ever before to uncover why the US military is silent about the world's most dangerous unsolved coordinates. To understand the gravity of this mystery, we have to look at the numbers. In the lower 48 states, if a plane goes down, we usually find the debris. In Alaska, planes don't just crash, they evaporate. The most famous case occurred in 1972. A twin-engine Cessna carrying two powerful US politicians, House Majority Leader Hale Boggs and Representative Nick Begich, was flying from Anchorage to Juneau. The plane was equipped with an emergency locator transmitter. It was carrying experienced pilots. When it failed to arrive, the largest search and rescue operation in US history began. For 39 days, dozens of aircraft and ships combed over 320,000 square miles of territory. They found nothing. Not a scrap of metal, not a drop of fuel. It was as if the mountain range itself had opened its mouth and swallowed the plane whole. But Boggs and Begich were just the beginning. From hikers to tourists to lifelong Alaskan residents, the missing list grows every year. Some locals believe in the Kushtaka, a shape-shifting land otter man from Tlingit folklore that lures travelers to their doom. Others point to more scientific, yet equally terrifying possibilities: vile vortices. These are areas of intense electromagnetic pull that can cause instruments to fail, compasses to spin, and humans to experience time slips or intense hallucinations. But if these vortices are natural, why does the seismic data suggest they are being generated by something artificial? To the modern observer, the Alaska Triangle is a mystery of GPS failures and magnetic anomalies. But to the indigenous Tlingit and Haida people who have inhabited this land for millennia, the danger has a name: the Kushtaka. Translated literally as land otter man, the Kushtaka is a terrifying shapeshifter that haunts the coastal forests and icy rivers of the Triangle. According to legend, these creatures are not merely animals, they are spirits that prey on the vulnerable. When a traveler is lost or drowning, the Kushtaka appears not as a monster, but as a trusted friend, a loved one, or a helpless child. They mimic the cries of a baby to lure hikers deep into the brush, or they appear as a familiar shoreline on a foggy shoreline, beckoning a boat towards the rocks. But the horror doesn't end with a simple kill. The Tlingit believe the Kushtaka steals the soul of its victim, turning them into another land otter man, condemning them to wander the frozen wilderness for eternity. This ancient lore serves as a chilling cultural mirror to the modern missing persons statistics. In many cases of disappearances in the Triangle, Search parties have reported finding footprints that lead to the water's edge and simply stop. No struggle, no blood, just a sudden cessation of existence. While skeptics dismiss the Kushtaka as a myth designed to keep children away from dangerous waters, the psychological weight of the legend remains. When you are deep in the Alaskan bush, where the silence is so heavy it rings in your ears, it is easy to understand why the locals refuse to whistle at night or call out their names. In the triangle, something is always listening, and it might just be waiting for a reason to answer. On May 22, 1992, China conducted a massive underground nuclear test at Lop Nor, detonating a device with the force of nearly 1 megaton. The shock waves were so powerful, they were recorded by seismic stations across the globe. According to investigative journalist Linda Moulton Howe and several whistleblowers from the geological community, those shock waves hit an obstruction in Alaska. When the data was analyzed by researchers, they found a massive black pyramid roughly 50 miles from Mount Denali. The reports claimed this structure was twice the size of the Great Pyramid of Giza, but unlike the stone monuments of Egypt, this pyramid appeared to be metallic or made of a dense radar-absorbent material. Soon after the discovery, the site was reportedly cordoned off. Whistleblowers who worked for the government at the time claimed that the Dark Pyramid wasn't just a relic of an ancient civilization, it was active. It was producing a massive amount of power. Some believe it's an ancient power plant that has been running for thousands of years, while others suggest it's part of a global grid used by extraterrestrial visitors. If this sounds familiar, it should. Much like the base we explored beneath the Bermuda Triangle, these structures seem strategically placed at high energy nodes around the Earth. Is it a coincidence that the Alaska Triangle is the site of the most UFO sightings in the United States? Or is the Dark Pyramid a beacon? The story of the Dark Pyramid isn't just a campfire tale. It is rooted in a massive geological event that occurred on May 22, 1992. On that day, the Earth's crust vibrated with the force of a 1.0 megaton underground nuclear explosion at Lop Nor test site. In the world of clandestine geology, nuclear tests are often used as flashbulbs for the planet. The shock waves travel through the various layers of the Earth, and by measuring how they bounce back, scientists can map the internal structure of the globe. According to a high-level whistleblower, a former counterintelligence officer named Douglas Muchler, the seismic data from that day revealed something impossible. While the waves moved cleanly through the surrounding granite of the Alaskan range, they hit a massive geometric obstruction approximately 60 miles from Mount Denali.
Muchler claimed that the data showed a perfect pyramid buried at a depth of roughly 700 feet. But the truly staggering detail was its size. It didn't just rival the Great Pyramid of Giza, it dwarfed it. If the reports are accurate, the Dark Pyramid stands nearly 550 feet tall, with a base that covers several city blocks. Why dark? In geological imaging, dark refers to a lack of return signal. The structure wasn't just reflecting shock waves, it was absorbing them. This suggests a material that is not found in nature, a dense radar-absorbent alloy or a crystalline structure designed to suppress energy. Muchler's attempt to bring this to the public was met with a wall of silence. He claimed that when he went to the local news station in Anchorage to share his findings, he was met by 2 officials who confiscated his data and told him the story was a matter of national security. Since then, rumors have circulated about Fort Greely, a nearby military installation serving as the surface-level cover for an underground laboratory dedicated to studying the pyramid's power output. Is it a dormant weapon, an ancient communication array, or, as some suggest, a ticking clock waiting for a specific astronomical alignment to reactivate? Fast forward to February 2023, the world watched as the US military scrambled F-22 Raptors to intercept unidentified aerial phenomena over the Alaskan wilderness. Pilots reported that the objects interfered with their sensors, the same type of interference reported by pilots who vanished in the triangle decades earlier. One of the objects was shot down over the frozen waters off the coast of Alaska. Curiously, the recovery efforts were quickly called off due to harsh weather conditions, but many researchers believe the military found exactly what they were looking for: technology that originates from the Dark Pyramid. Think about the logic. If you had a massive ancient energy source buried in the ice, you wouldn't just leave it there. You would build a black site over it, you would study it, and you would certainly ensure that anyone who accidentally stumbled upon it never made it home. If you want to understand why the government might be nervous about the Alaska Triangle, you have to look at October 16, 1972. This was not just a lost hiker case. Hale Boggs was the House Majority Leader, one of the most powerful men in Washington, D.C. He was a member of the Warren Commission, the group tasked with investigating the assassination of JFK. When his plane vanished between Anchorage and Juneau, the response was unprecedented. The US military deployed 40 military aircraft and 50 civilian planes, logging over 3,600 hours of flight time. They used U-2 spy planes to photograph every square inch of the terrain. They found nothing. What makes the Boggs case so haunting are the ghost signals. During the search, several radio operators reported hearing brief, distorted distress calls that seemed to be coming from an emergency locator transmitter. But every time they tried to triangulate the signal, it moved or vanished entirely, as if the plane was drifting between locations that didn't exist on a map. Conspiracy theorists often point to Boggs' role in the Warren Commission. He was known to be a vocal critic of the FBI's findings regarding the assassination of JFK. Did he stumble upon something in the Alaskan wilderness that he wasn't supposed to see? Or was his plane caught in one of the Triangle's electronic fog events, a phenomenon where pilots report the sky turning a strange opaque gray and their instruments spinning wildly before they lose all sense of altitude and direction? To this day, the Boggs disappearance remains the ultimate unsolved mystery of American politics. No wreckage has ever been spotted, even as glaciers have receded and new technology has allowed us to scan the mountain peaks. He is simply gone. Is the Alaska Triangle a natural anomaly, a hunting ground for ancient spirits, or the site of the world's most guarded secret? As the permafrost melts due to rising temperatures, the Earth is beginning to give up its secrets. Whether it's a crashed plane from 1972 or the tip of a black pyramid, the truth is rising to the surface. But for the 20,000 families still waiting for answers, the Triangle remains a cold, silent void. The more we look into these triangles of the world, the more we realize they aren't just lines on a map. They are gateways, and some gateways were never meant to be opened. What do you think is hidden beneath the ice? Is the Dark Pyramid a myth or the missing piece of the puzzle? Let us know in the comments, and if you want to explore more hidden bases, check out our investigation into the Bermuda Triangle here. This is Unsolved Plus. Stay curious, stay vigilant.